Bună ziua, sunt Bogdan Alecu și bine ați venit la o nouă emisiune ZF Cum Construim România, realizată de Ziar Financiar și CBRE. Discutăm despre industria auto, despre potențialul industriei auto în România. Îi avem alături de noi pe Firat Elhuseyni, președintele Ford Otosan România, compania care deține uzina auto de la Craiova, și pe Răzvan Iorgu, managing director al CBRE. Salut Răzvan, salut Firat. Now we will switch to English. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Bogdan, for having me. It's very nice to be here together with you.
And very glad to have you today. How is 2025 until now? We've seen the launch last year of the Puma Gen E and of course the couriers. You've started delivering the cars. How is everything?
Yeah, thank you very much for asking. So I think we have finished last year quite strong with more than 250,000 vehicles produced, which was a kind of record production in our plant history. And after that, we kept on our business concentration around the battery electric vehicles. And recently, as you were also on site with us, we had the opportunity to launch our first EV lineup, electric vehicles, from Craiova. And this is a proud moment for all of us because this was the first time in the history of Romania having those vehicles out. And they kept us very busy in this since beginning of the year. But we are very happy and proud to see those vehicles already going to their customers.
And you also announced a new logistic connection between Ford Otosan in Turkey and Craiova.
Correct. So this was in parallel something that our team has been chasing for some time. You know, within our plant we have the kind of luxury to have around 10 kilometers of train tracks. So the team had always this idea in the mind, and we gave the support to the team. And now we have already started the logistic deliveries from Turkey, two-way deliveries. The trains are coming from Kocaeli region, which is again an industrial region close by to Istanbul. The trains are collecting our production materials from Turkey suppliers, and we are also shipping back some of our vehicles with the train. So this is a kind of very good efficiency project that we have done on top of the sustainability aspect as well. With this, we were able to reduce our land travels impact by 63% from that route. So this is a significant contribution to everything that we do. And I need to say that we are further looking into other opportunities. How can we improve and get more out of this route as well?
Mm-hmm. Do you also use the train to export cars to Western Europe, for example?
Of course, we have some train routes that from our plant we ship vehicles to Constanza, Curtici, and also to the UK side as well. So we have many train connections that we use. Actually, per week we have around 6 trains which delivers many thousands of cars out of our plant. So we utilize it a lot. And I can also proudly say that 60% of our produced vehicles go either by train or sea. So this is a major benefit for our sustainability as well.
Last year we've seen the Craiova plant at full capacity, the highest production ever. And the entire production of Romania was at the highest level. Is Romania becoming an important hub for car production in Central and Eastern Europe?
Of course, I think Romania is a key player in this region. And, you know, for Ford Otosan, Romania plant, the Craiova plant, was the first plant outside of Turkey for Ford Otosan. That's why we have a huge emphasis on this plant. And we see it as a strategical, geopolitically correct location. So we believe that we will have so much success moving forward being in Craiova.
Did you or do you want to attract more investors to be near the plant?
That's for sure. So up to now, I can say that we are already working with 10 Turkish suppliers. Within Romania, we have in total 60 suppliers, and we have 10 of them are Turkish suppliers. We are in contact with not only with the Turkish supply base that we have good connections, but from all over the Europe and other locations. We are doing two-way talks with them. Either we are inviting them to our plant or we are visiting them on their sites, and we are looking for better collaboration opportunities. So Ford Otosan has grown together with its own supply base in Turkey. Like 25 years ago, we were producing only around 40,000 vehicles per year. Now, fast forward to today, we are talking about a total capacity of 934,500, nearly 1 million capacity. So this is a huge growth, and during this growth period, we have been always growing together with our supply base who are in close proximity to us. That's why we are also giving a big priority into this as well.
It's been almost 3 years since you signed, since Ford Otosan signed for the plant in Craiova. Yeah. What are the main changes in these 3 years when it comes to the impact on the ecosystem, on the local ecosystem?
Yeah. So Craiova plant is not a new plant, so it's a very well established and excellent plant with a lot of excellent people who were also taking care of the production there. And hopefully next year we will celebrate the 50th year of plant's inception. Actually, we were very happy with what we took over from that aspect, with lots of people, a good infrastructure within the plant, and we have brought a kind of digitalization, the other transformational activities, including renovation and rebuilding some new lines. This all consists of these are the main breakdowns of our 500 million euros investment in the last 3 years. So I believe we have brought some good energy to Craiova, and you already know that we have also hired around 1,600 new employees over the last 1.5 years period, or 2 years period, let's say. So it's a kind of a growing environment. We have also increased our capacity up to 300,000 per year for cars. I believe we have a very good model lineup, which is refreshed recently, plus the electrification is already delivered and the capacity is there. So moving forward, I believe together with the city and all our stakeholders, we will do a great job production in Craiova.
What were the main challenges when it comes to hire so many people? For one plant, yeah, in such a short time to have 1,600 new employees, that's something.
Yeah. So Craiova, what I can say for Craiova is overall the unemployment rate was very low. So it was a kind of challenge, but I think this is Craiova, Ford Otosan Craiova has a good image in front of our social community as well. We are very well connected with the city, with lots of projects that we are handling through university, through local authorities. So when we go out to the market for hiring, especially for the day-to-day operations, we didn't have any big challenges. Mm-hmm. So, and what we have always done is we took a good basis of people and we continued investing on them, so that we brought the level of knowledge to our people ourselves as well. And as I mentioned, we give lots of priority to the collaborations with the universities, with the other vocational schools, mm-hmm, the apprenticeship programs, and similar activities. So with that, I think we didn't have major challenges on day-to-day work side. Of course, since the region is a bit small and a bit, let's say, distant to the bigger cities, getting the technical expertise kind of jobs are a bit more challenging, I need to say. So for those activities, what we have done is to mitigate this. We are first of all doing our own trainings inside our facilities, but we will be also chasing other collaborations with the university as well. We have an excellent university within our city, so we want to use that to the maximum potential.
Is the plant becoming a brand? You work for Ford Otosan. Are people chasing this?
Yes, sure. So I think recently our team has also received the most admired and selected preferred employer of the year. This was a great recognition in our automotive sector. This was the good recognition that our team has received an award from the committees, let's say. Overall, I can say that Ford Otosan is very well integrated with Craiova City. Just a kind of an example, last year we had our Family Day event around August-September period. This is an event when we invite all our people and we invite also their families. So they come to our plant together to have fun, to look around how, where their moms, dads, uncles are working, to see and experience the environment and spend a good day there. I think last year we had more than 20,000 people attending the event. Mm-hmm. So it was a huge event and the whole city was also talking about us. So, but this is how we approach. So we see the families of our people as still part of our family. So I think this is also helping whenever we need something, we can find the resources and other support.
What do you do in Turkey, Ford Otosan, the coach group, that you also implement in Craiova? Because this is now one of your biggest plants.
Correct.
And what did you learn there and implement here? I
think one of the biggest things is the supply base. So the last 2.5 years, 3 years were mainly about increasing the capacity, to integrating the new models, handling the transitioning period with all the visible systems and the non-visible ones which are working in the background, like IT systems and other aspects of it. So starting around this couple of months, we have finalized our last portion of our big investment with the launch of the electric vehicles. Now what we are looking is what are the biggest lessons that we have learned from our facilities in other locations, and how can we apply these into our processes here. So this is a good timing. As I previously mentioned, in some other locations, we have 3 key priorities. First one is people. So how do we approach our people? How do we grow them? And how do we invest for the future of the plant? The second one is quality, as usual. How do we become the best in class in every segment that we serve our customer? And what to do to further advance it? And the last one is the cost side of it. So how do we become more efficient in everything that we do? So of course this plant was a highly efficient plant and has grown through lots of stages to come to this place. But after doing so many changes and getting bigger, increasing capacity, hiring lots of new people in our business, I think it's the right time to kind of sit calmly and kind of a reset. Mm-hmm. So how would we do some of the businesses if we are starting from today? Like take it from scratch. I know we have established systems, we have established supply base, etc. But if we were making this plant from ground up new today, how would I decide? So we are reviewing all such items with our team now. And again, I also need to say that this 500 million euros was fully financed by Ford Otosan's own resources. So we also want to look what are the available opportunities moving forward with the local authorities or the European Union funds and other aspects of the business as well. So this is what we are actively looking at the moment.
Mm-hmm. And this is your most complex plant in portfolio? Because you also have electric, ICE, internal combustion engine, passenger vehicles and commercial vehicles.
Yeah.
No other plant in the Koç group has, in Ford Otosan has this. I'm not sure about the Koç group, but in Ford Otosan this is the most
That's
complex.
correct. So it's a very complex system. As you mentioned, we have the internal combustion engine vehicles, we have the mild hybrid vehicles, we have the fully electric vehicles, and all these vehicles with different models serving to different customer needs. Some of them are passenger cars, some of them are commercial vehicles. So we have a very diverse range of vehicles. This is on one side a major competitive advantage for us because we are very agile and able to adapt to any kind of market changes or the demands change. On the other side, we had to invest a lot into our systems, our people, to make this work. Because you have also seen, most probably in your visits, that those vehicles are coming out of the similar production line. So we don't have separate lines. But again, this is a kind of trade-off. So we are handling this big complexity, but this is giving us much better efficiency and also much better room for play in case of changing demand from the customer aspect.
Mm-hmm. What are the future challenges? People and new employees or infrastructure?
Yeah, I need to say both again. And I would also add the legislative side of it for us as well. So people, as I mentioned, we have a roadmap. So we develop our own people, but we also want to invest more to the future of the people so that when they come out of university or they finish their vocational schools, etc., they will be already equipped with the necessary knowledge. They can handle the technical jobs. On the infrastructure side, I think we are still having some struggles, I need to say. So the road connection is more or less completed with the expressway from Bucharest to Craiova, but I believe we need to look for improving the other routes as well in that aspect. And I also mentioned that the railways, we are using them a lot, but the current national track status is not where it should be. So we have seen some unfortunate crashes and accidents over the beginning of this year, which were very unfortunate. But I think this also signals that we have to do some improvements. So the trains, of course, we are using trains, but they are going with speed like 17 kilometers per hour. So it's a bit faster than walking, I need to say. So if we can improve those systems, I think we will have much better connection with the overall grid of Europe, Turkey, and rest of the European Union. Coming to the legislative side, I also would like to mention that, this is a hot topic for us, the tax on turnover. I have to openly open that subject because this is really a bit harming and also a bit disappointing for our business, I need to say. We have been heavily investing, as mentioned, in the last 3 years with our own resources in this beautiful country, and we are fully committed to it. And as you see, we have delivered what we have promised. So, but overnight, having some 1% tax on turnover for automotive industry in our size is really harming the business, and it opens the subject of our investment to be questioned. So that's something that we will have to handle together with the local government as soon as possible, because as I said, it is heavily impacting on the appetite to invest in Romania, and we see it as a major risk in front of us.
Just this tax, or the fact that it was done a bit overnight.
Yeah, both
on a
sides.
short notice.
Yeah, it was done overnight. It was said to be taken. It was only for a certain period. It's only for 1 year, etc. But you know, it's still now the second year is ongoing, and there's no progress on it. We know that there are some activities around it, but opening for debate, etc. But if such examples happen, we will be in a very difficult position to convince our investors as well, because they were expecting a portion of the investment back, but overnight we tell them that, sorry, 1% is gone. And you know, automotive is not a huge margin business. It's more like close to kind of day-to-day business. So the operating margins are not huge, and 1% is a really big hit to overall automotive business. So,
and it's 1% of the turnover, not the profit.
Correct. It's not and irrelevant. So as I mentioned, last year we produced 250,000 vehicles, and we are talking about huge turnovers, but they don't immediately translate into huge profits, because the automotive business, as I said, it's like a commodity. It's running with lower margins, and when you get something like that, I need to say I'm being questioned every day why we are continuing business like this. And when I ask for something, this is the kind of feedback I'm getting, I need to say, from our investors and other shareholders.
Yeah, because they said they were going to invest, and they invested. There was no tax on the table when they did, and now nobody asked them if it's okay or not.
Correct. We were not part of the discussion. The other thing is when you are a multinational company, so now we are experiencing it, the investors are also looking to other country. So Ford Otosan has also major investments in Turkey, right? So when you want to compare future investments between Turkey, Romania, and of course with the Ford globally, then that question comes. So if the business is not providing you some benefit out of it, then the question becomes, then why should I choose Romania? This is the struggle that we are having at the moment.
Okay, this is serious. That's a very serious discussion.
That's why I think we have to address this as soon as possible, and we have been sharing this. It's not only Ford Otosan. I am talking about.
had the same.
This is more about the automotive business. So automotive business is a sensitive industry at the moment. So that's why we appreciate all the good things that's done to support, but at least we shouldn't harm the existing one. So this is very important, I believe.
I understand. I know that you're not allowed to say figures, but I'm still going to ask, how's the production going?
It's going pretty well, and it's going in line with our expectations at the moment. So we are, as I mentioned, we are committed to Romania and doing business here. So from that aspect, I can still say we are going on the right path. But the recent developments in Europe, in Romania, and globally, they will have some impact. We cannot quantify at the moment, because day by day we are together seeing what's happening overnight. Every weekend we are having some new news coming out. We are, as I mentioned, we are very lucky to have a very good vehicle portfolio, product portfolio, and we are able to supply different kinds of vehicles to different kinds of customer needs. So that's why we are on the still competitive side, and we are very happy about it. But overall, I think it will be a quite challenging year as we go through.
How flexible is the production? And I'm asking you because I saw that you hit the 10,000 unit level with the Puma Gen-E in 2 months after starting deliveries. So that was fast from my point of view. I didn't expect it so in such a short time. And I saw that on the European market, the demand for electric vehicles is up again, two figures when it comes to growth. How flexible is the plan to deliver more electrics than ICE?
So I can tell you that we have a very high level of flexibility. So we are using our similar operators in our lines, production lines, and our similar tooling. There are, of course, some unique equipments, tooling, automation for electric vehicles. But what I can say is we don't feel the difference. So as long as the demand is out there, we are producing based on demand. So at the moment, we don't have any issues to converting our production back to electric or to internal combustion engine. So that's the biggest advantage we have at the moment. And actually, we were also a bit surprised because we were not counting. So in one of the management reports, one of our leaders said that, look, you already surpassed 10,000. We were just remembering that we started recently, like yesterday. But when we saw that 10,000, okay, let's say, we said that let's have a small celebration within the team. So this is how it came out. As I mentioned, we are not specifically following up how many of each, etc. But currently, a good portion of our production is also electric, I can say.
That's a good news. And you also assemble batteries and ICE engines, the Fox engine, 1 liter. How flexible are these two? Can you have employees going from one side to the other, or they're separate? They're separate. Employees working for batteries and employees working for engines.
So this is also one of the good flexibilities that we have. So it's, as I mentioned, you cannot find in the market, go out and say, I need electric battery assembly operators or technicians, etc. So what we did was we selected some of our employees from the engine plant and got them up to speed with all the internal trainings that we supported with them. So they are now able to work on the battery assembly line as well. And if the demand for the battery assembly line increases, we are able to get more of them from the engine plant, because it's when you don't produce engine, you are producing battery, and when you don't need batteries, you are producing more engines. So this is the kind of flexibility that we have inside our plant. And of course, there are some specific unique trainings that the battery assembly team needs to go through, like high voltage trainings and other things. But I think our team did a very good job in our internal training facilities, getting them to the latest and greatest level of knowledge. So we are very flexible in that aspect as well.
What are the main challenges for car manufacturers in Europe in this year, 2025, or in the next 5 years? Because I see that the competition is growing.
Correct.
We have a certain degree of, let's not call it instability, but there were some question marks regarding the US with the tariffs. The Chinese are bringing cars to Europe. What's your point of view? How can we still be competitive as Europe in this environment full of changes?
Yeah. So automotive business is not a new business, right? So it has been around for many years, have seen through many wars, global wars, etc. So the challenges in automotive, they are not something new. We always had some major competitors and some instabilities in the governments, in the legislations, etc. The key for going through this is to see how the market is going and adapt as much as possible, as quickly as possible. Within the same environment, what I can say is we are looking for getting some stability. Of course, business likes stability, so that the investors will have the appetite to invest more, so we can do more. This is the simple, it sounds simple, but it's very difficult to achieve. But anyway, what I can say is we just need a kind of fair competition. as long as the competition is fair, this is the kind where we look to the European Union and other people in authority in the governmental aspect. So as long as we have the fair competition, we are up and ready for it. So we trust our design, our people, our products, and we are there for this. But we need their support on getting this fair competition. If it becomes unfair, then we cannot talk about kind of business. So this is what I can say at the moment.
I understand. Any chance for, or do you have on the table a possible R&D center in Romania? Because you have one in Istanbul,
Correct.
Which is huge.
So our R&D center in Istanbul is really huge, and we employ more than 2,300 employees over there, working on Ford Otosan designed vehicles, and we are also having some collaborations with our Ford side as well. So some of the other vehicles which are not produced by Ford Otosan are also supported in design, certain aspects of design. At the moment, what I can say is we are looking for the opportunity. So what value we can create as being outside of Turkey now, in Romania. We have heavily invested in this country and we believe in it. And we believe that we have lots of good resources here, including a good skilled people base. So this is what we are considering, as I previously also mentioned to you. We need to see the total picture. If it makes sense, we are open to any kind of opportunities. This is what I can share at the moment.
Okay, thank you very much for the interview, and let's hope we'll have the stability and you will figure it out with the 1% tax on the turnover, because many automotive companies said that that's not okay, including Dacia, Continental, Bosch also. So all the biggest players in the car industry in Romania said that's a deal breaker.
Correct. So unfortunately, it's not. I'm not talking about one company aspect. So it's a kind of bit punishment to the investor. So it's just scares the investor. So we have very good opportunities in Romania. We have very good people. It's a very beautiful country with lots of resources. I think to tap into this, we need to work together and see how else we can address the other needs that maybe the government and other authorities need. But I think we should bring some more investment in Romania. This is the only way to catch up with the needs of the country. It's not like if we start scaring people, investors, then it's not the good recipe, I need to say.
Thank you, Firat, for your answers. Now we will switch to Răzvan, who is joining us on Zoom. Hello, Răzvan. We will continue the discussion in English, and now I have a few questions for the consultant. First of all, Romania produced over 560,000 vehicles last year, outperforming countries like Italy and Poland. What do you think explains this remarkable growth, especially in a year when overall the EU car production declined?
Hello, Bogdan. So it's 560,102 to be exact vehicles in 2024. Marking a 9.2 increase compared to 2023 and setting a national record. On the other hand, in 2024, the EU car production declined by 6.2% to 11.4 million units. Within this context, Romania ranked 6th in the European total number of cars produced, ahead of Italy and Poland, for example. This is not to say that EU car production sector is facing several challenges, yet the ability, the resilience, the confidence of the manufacturers in Romania is what made us a quick winner. what we did right, I think, was adapting the models, introducing electrical cars, light commercial vehicles, and in some cases more expensive models. And this meant the market took notice and bought in on these products.
Also, we always think Romania just imports and does not do relevant exports. What is the story around the car manufacturing in Romania? And what does this tell us about competitiveness of the local industry, and how can we capitalize this momentum?
All right. So I think it's important to say that in 2024, to start with, the fact that in 2024 Romania exported new cars worth approximately 12 billion euros, according to APIA. In addition to that, in addition to the car exports, the manufacturing of the spare parts and components for the automotive industry obviously accounts for an additional 20 billion euros, thus making the automotive industry a strong sector within our GDP. Imports, on the other hand, stood at 3.5 billion. This is new cars, while used car imports were valued at 3.4 billion. This means that Romania is a net exporter of cars, underlines the competitiveness of the Romanian automotive industry to the international market. So even considering new and used car imports, the trade balance remains favorable to the export.
Romania offers clear advantages in terms of car manufacturing. In your view, what is still missing in our ecosystem that could help us climb even higher in the European car production rankings?
Let's start with the advantages, because I think it's worth mentioning them. And they are, in our view, they are strategic location. We have a position, Romania has a position that offers easy access both to EU and non-EU markets. Then skilled workforce. We all know we have a strong tradition in engineering and manufacturing, and this supports the industry growth. Cost efficiency, competitive labor and operational costs, and this attracts foreign investment, and a robust supply chain. Romania is a home to over 600 automotive suppliers, and this means we boost as a comprehensive automotive ecosystem. On the other hand, infrastructure was always a missing link, yet we have seen efforts, achievements that were made to increase the network of highways and express roads. 1,300, almost 1,300 kilometers in operation and over 700 kilometers in execution. I think these are good news. We're finally happy to say these numbers.
Considering the strong competition from countries like Slovakia, Morocco, and even Vietnam, how should Romania refine its industrial strategy to stay relevant and continue attracting high-value automotive investments?
I think Romania is at a pivotal moment. I know we always say that, but I really think it is. And we've proven we can produce cars at scale, at quality, with adaptability. Look at how Ford transitioned to EVs in Craiova, or how Dacia is evolving in its product range. But to stay competitive against countries like Slovakia, which produces nearly 1 million cars per year, or Morocco, who is becoming a serious export hub to Europe, we need to act on several fronts. Infrastructure, I mentioned this before, but efficient logistics are critical, whether it's rail, highway, or port access. We're still lagging in key areas that increase time to market and adds hidden costs for investors. Second, workforce development. We have a strong engineer tradition, but we need to double down with technical education, especially in EV technologies, automation, and today battery systems. Partnerships between companies and universities are essential here. And then third, we must focus on innovation and value chain integration. Instead of being only a manufacturing base, we should aim to host R&D centers, testing facilities, and software hubs, areas with higher added value. And finally, but as important or even more important, policy stability and targeted incentives. Investors need predictability and long-term strategies. We cannot emphasize that often enough.
Okay, thank you very much, Răzvan.
Thank you, Bogdan.
Thank you very much, Firat.
Thank you very much for having me, Bogdan. It was a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you once again. Let's hope we'll see some growth this year in production and also some stability when it comes to taxes. Thank you very much for joining us today. Mulțumesc și telespectatorilor noștri pentru că ne-ați urmărit și vă doresc o zi bună în continuare. La revedere!